The number of COVID-19 cases continues to rise globally and right here in Guyana. Therefore, we encourage everyone to practice social distancing. Wear a mask if you have to leave your homes and wash your hands thoroughly and frequently as we all strive to stop the spread of the coronavirus. Welcome to InfoHub for Friday, June 5. Thanks for joining us. The Education Ministry, in response to concerns, has reassured that several sanitation and other measures are in place to ensure the safety of both staff and students who will be returning to the classrooms soon. This is in preparation for the National Grade 6 Assessment, the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, and the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examinations. Letitia Isaacs has more.
As students and teachers prepare to head back to school for a few weeks for major examinations, the Ministry of Education has reaffirmed that it is working in the best interest of students and teachers. The school day has been trimmed to a 4-hour day, inclusive of a 30-minute lunch break. Students are only expected to attend on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays until the commencement of their respective exams. With some parents raising concerns about student safety, the Ministry of Education's team explained the countless measures that will be implemented to ensure safety for all. These include erecting hand washing stations, the distribution of sanitization kits, and masks. Schools will be cleaned thoroughly twice daily, and teachers will be equipped with face shields. Physical distancing stickers and other signage will be employed at all schools. For parents who still have reservations about sending their children to sit the NGSA, there is another option. Students may be placed in the nearest secondary school and may be eligible to write a placement examination upon completion of their grade 9 year.
Now, we got to be aware that we are operating on the stringent measures that are set out by the National Task Force, and these are used to ensure safety for all students. So we can assure the parents that once these standards are upheld by all stakeholders, by the way, not only the parents and the students, but by the teachers, the officers, examiners, cleaners, once we can uphold these standards, we can assure that the safety of our students and our teachers, we can have them in a safe environment.
All primary and secondary school teachers are expected to return to school on Monday, June 8, while students will return from June 15.
The Ministry of Public Health on June 5 received 20 Aero boxes to enhance the safety of healthcare professionals when they attend to COVID-19 patients. Kellen Rover has more.
The donation was made possible by Guyana's Bringing Value Home Company Courts and its largest suppliers of appliances, Mabe. An Aerobox is a protection drawer for doctors and healthcare workers that is used when intubating a patient. This drawer substantially reduces the risk of infection. That was Managing Director of Courts Clyde Diaz during the handing over and demonstration ceremony at the Ministry of Public Health's Annex, Kingston. Deputy Director of the Health Emergency Operations Center, Dr. Leston Payne, accepted the donation. While expressing thanks for the timely contribution, Dr. Payne extended an invitation for other reputable companies to come on board and assist Guyana's frontline workers. Given its characteristics, the aero boxes can be sanitized, disinfected, and reused. Due to its construction and materials, it is very resistant, and its usefulness is expected to exceed the needs during the pandemic. For InfoHub, I am Gilon Rover.
Now for an update on the national recount. Former Director General of the Ministry of the Presidency and election agent and campaign manager for the APNU plus AFC said today that close to 90,000 votes could have been affected due to electoral fraud.
Harmon said that he has made it clear to the Guyana Elections Commission that it needs to provide answers to the people of Guyana. He was at the time addressing the media outside of the Arthur Chung Conference Center, where the recount of votes cast on March 2 is undergoing.
Yesterday, I asked the Elections Commission to respond to concerns which were raised by us and that affect all of Guyana concerning these persons who are overseas have voted, the dead voters, the disciplined services votes which they haven't told us anything about. And I said that we have to get a response from the Commission by the end of today. As you well know, this phase of the exercise will come to an end very shortly. And so we must have a clear position from the Commission on that particular issue.
It was pointed out by Harmon that the opposition PPP is calling his demands threats. Nevertheless, he noted that he will continue to fight so that at the end of the process, the will of the people will be realized.
I will continue to press for the right and for the justice of the Guyanese people to ensure that their votes are properly counted, that they're properly validated, and that whatever comes out of this process represents the will of the Guyanese people expressed on the 2nd of March 2020.
Harmon said that it is GCOM's obligation to respond to the matters despite the tactics being used by the opposition to prevent the Commission from deliberating on the matter. He said that the issues at hand were extracted from GCOM's record. Harmon is optimistic that the Commission will understand the seriousness at hand as the issues are proven to be more than just allegations.
These are major issues touch and concern the credibility of this process. They touch and concern the credibility of the votes that are tabulated. And I want to make this very clear that right now, what is taking place at the tabulation center is a tabulation of those votes. And so when it is announced as valid, we have an objection to that, because a valid vote is a vote which has been tabulated and which has actually gone through a process of assessment, taking into consideration the observations and the objections which have been made.
In a statement on Thursday, Harmon noted that the coalition will not sit idly by while cases of irregularities continue to arise. He said the onus is now on GCOM to swiftly investigate. Isaiah Prophet for InfoHub.
More news after the break. Stay with us.
This is Tamika with a message from my people. We don't know when COVID-19 will go, so for now better stay at home. Oh, we don't know, so let we try and cope. Sanitize or use a soap. Oh, I won't stop, and don't you stop. Responsibility is what you've got to self-preserve the health you've got. Good hygiene, we need to all adapt. I won't stop, don't you stop. Stay away from crowds cause it's way too packed. We all should stay 3 feet away, and in time we make this virus stop.
This is a message from Tamika Marshall and the Ministry of Public Health in collaboration with PAHO WHO.
Thanks for staying with us. The government has received a donation of 48 prefabricated housing units from the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. This is expected to play a significant part in the fight against COVID-19 locally. More in this Delicia Haynes report.
The prefabricated units, which have been made off-site, can be shipped and assembled.
These will be set up at specifically designated locations to help regional administrations in Guyana house patients affected by the coronavirus. Deputy Chief Medical Officer Dr. Karen Gordon-Boyle explains how these units will be used.
Region number 5 is the first to benefit from this initiative that will greatly assist the regions in their efforts to cater for patients affected by the coronavirus disease. These units will be set up in every region with special attention to the very remote locations.
The DCMO thanked UNHCR for the gesture, noting that the ministry looks forward to future collaborations. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
Today, representatives of the joint services received over 15,000 KN95 face masks and gloves from the Civil Defense Commission. Here's that story.
During the handing over ceremony held at the CDC headquarters, Director General Lieutenant Colonel Krista Craig explained that this donation was made possible via assistance from the SBM offshore Guyana.
We were able to talk to them and be able to support this worthy cause of ensuring that the law enforcement and the joint services receive adequate protection when they're conducting the duties.
It was noted by Craig that the items will later be distributed to the ranks at the various stations. Deputy Commissioner of Police Paul Williams thanked CDC for its support.
We know that it's very essential because in view of the COVID-19 situation, we know that definitely we are the one who are in the front line, and because of our frequent and regular engagement in all the activities, definitely we need to have ourselves protected, and likewise to ensure that we can able to give the type of service that deserve.
The CDC welcomes donations towards this initiative, food supplies, personal care and sanitation supplies, or financing. Items can be sent to CDC's headquarters, Thomas Road, Thomas Land, daily between 900 hours and 1500 hours. Funds can be deposited to the Commission Republic Bank account number 962-356-519938. Neola Damon, InfoHub.
Remember to do your part to ensure that you do not put yourself at risk during this time. If you have a cough, fever, or difficulty breathing, please seek medical care early, but call that hotline first. Also, the curfew remains in effect until June 17th. That's all for today. Connect with us on our social media platforms, including WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube, as well as Instagram, as we bring you the latest and important news related to COVID-19 and much more. You can also subscribe to our website, dpi.gov.ui. Your brief report is up next. Have a safe weekend. Goodbye for now.